Isn't that a kick in the head? Today we're here with Michael from Artistic Impressions and yours truly, Dr. Von Madden. Now today we're going to be doing something a little different. He's got a cool painting going. I'm going to do something. I'm going to be doing my own painting. He's got a big canvas. What do we got over there?
I got a level 14. I'm going to get this bug off of it. I'm going to try my best to Bob Ross the heck out of this one. So, excuse me. We got our Bob Ross liquid white. We got my Bob Ross 1-inch brush because I ain't got enough canvas for a 2-inch brush. My Bob Ross palette. And I'm ready to Bob Ross this thing.
Except for the afro.
I used to have that, but hey, that was the 80s. This is the 90s. Okay, it went. I let my hair down once and let me down and down. So while we're doing this, I'm going to put a thin coat of liquid. How many times you heard this? I'm going to start out by putting a thin coat of liquid white on my canvas. Doesn't take much.
Meanwhile, I'm going to start mixing. I've got acrylic. I'm working on this wooden plaque from Walmart. These are like, I think I paid like $2 for like 8 of these things. And I'm going to mix black and white. These are apple barrel planks, and I'm just going to use this brush because, and I have no idea what size this one is or what shape or anything else.
Thin.
Well, it works. And I'm probably going to have to add a little more white to it because this is a little bit dark, and I don't want it quite that dark. I'm going with gray because I'm going to only do this in 2 colors. Why? Why not? It'll either look really, really good, or it'll look like I'd attempted to paint a. Yeah, it'll look like.
Oh, they have red too.
You know, I got some red here. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit more white as I need. A bit more white. I also have a paint rag here.
Yeah, it could look like a great train wreck movie from 19. Oh, that's a great train robbery.
Yeah, as opposed to the great train wreck of 2016.
Or the one back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Which wasn't too far from here, actually. Alright.
Alright.
I said thin, I mean this is a thin coat. If you ever use this stuff, when I said thin, it should just coat your finger. Boy, I need to wash my finger. But at least the dirt on my finger you can see. You just want a very thin coat of this stuff on there, otherwise, because this stuff does take a while to dry. I think there's one spot over here still needs a little bit because it didn't get any on my finger. There we go. Now we're ready to go. I'm ready to put some paint. And we're working with a, oh yeah. You know, Bob Ross done that a lot better. I'm gonna put some life in my painting. I don't know what it is. This is gonna stay in it. Van Gogh can paint up. There we go. If Van Gogh can paint with a grasshopper in his, I can paint with whatever that was on mine.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see some Bob Ross at his best here now.
I'm going on with, and yeah, right now it looks like a big block of Confederate gray. I'm going to add a little more white to it once I get this blocked in, and do a little bit more up here at the top. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of this white. I'm just going to do that directly on it. Now that was kind of a faux pas, but we'll work with it. What we're going to do is just kind of do this along the top, and I'll kind of weave this in as we go down. Because I want this, it's going to have to be just a tad brighter. Now, let's go ahead and get that now. Add a little more white to this. I don't see a cloud in the sky from the angle I'm at. So,
working with 2 colors. The original plan was we're going to work with a limited palette. So I'm going to work with a limited palette of red, blue, yellow, white, and black. 3 primaries, black and white. So in the meantime, while we are trying to get going, we'll get the paint out. So we'll use titanium white. And my choice of blue.
What I'm doing
left my Talo blue at home, didn't I? Since I left my Talo blue at home, I'll use Prussian blue.
I've got some acrylic blue over here.
No blue. Choice of reds.
Right now it looks like it's kind of a red ring somewhere.
Have some crimson somewhere. Got vermilion. I'm just gonna go with red. I'm gonna go with Grumbacher red. Heck with it. And I'll go with zinc yellow. What's an old tube of paint? I have had to repair this lid a couple of times. I think I need to get a new lid.
Or new paint.
Well, I've done all that too. Alright, so since I have the liquid white on the canvas.
What about the blue? You said something about blue.
Yeah. I'm gonna dip them into a little Prussian blue.
What about black?
If I need it, I'll use it.
Yeah, remember now, as I said, mine is a purely experimental style, so just because of the fact I want to see if it can be done. What I'm doing is I've got the water here with a little bit of gray mixed in, and I'm trying to kind of equivalate the brush strokes here with a little bit of white to kind of just make it look like the water's choppy. If you'll look out through there, the water's a tad choppy today. So you kind of got to follow the flow of the water. It's kind of counterintuitive to the way I usually paint these things. Now,
Considering the fact that I can paint straight, I have no problem emulating the choppy waters. I'm still applying paint. Darken up the corners a little bit. This might look like something will get done, might look like garbage will get done. We're going to find out when we get done. I'm going to leave that spot there. Alright, up at the top, I'm going to go back into some white, and I'm going to try to lighten the sky up a little bit, but it's still a little dark.
I have this shoreline here.
Whoop. I should have brought my big fountain for this, I think.
Yes, it is black grass.
What state is that from?
Transylvania, Kentucky.
Ah.
Actually, there is a whole...
That's over in the Appalachian part, isn't it?
You know Kentucky means dark and bloody ground. It's literally what the old name of the Indian name for the place is. Really wish I'd have thought to dry off the upper part of it, but I'm going to give the sky a chance to do its thing while I'm painting down below here. Because basically what I'm going to try to do, try to do, mind you, is kind of make it look like kind of a shadowy image. Because if you'll see, there's a little bunch of little brush right out there. You know I'm going to go for the experiment. I'm sure Mike could probably tell you a quicker way to do grass. Mike, you got any ideas?
A lot of paint, big brush. Oh.
Not a bad idea. I've got the giant one that Martha left in my paint container.
Alright, so it's still thing in 5 minutes. You see the little happy fog rolling in across the river. Not gonna buy that one, alright. Well, in that case, we will take some of these Tennessee Hills then after I clean this brush, which is gonna take me a few minutes, so that ain't pretty. I'm limited on my things here.
Now, getting a different brush now. I've got the ground at least laid in. We're going to come back to this gray. What I'm going to do is just kind of now we've got the river out here. I'm going to go for a thinner brush, and this one here is on its last leg, and I keep it around because it's only got that one little hair on its head. Kind of like, well, what's his name? No, I wasn't thinking of you. Thinking of somebody else.
God only made so many perfect heads, the rest is covered with hair.
Well,
I've learned to deal with it. Ah, can't wait. No idea where I'm going with this, so.
and this one, guys, I think I'm going to call my reach exceeding my grasp. But if you never experiment with anything, how do you know what works and what doesn't? Nothing ever gets done. Am I right?
You know, I just posted a Van Gogh quote about that yesterday.
What do you think so far?
Looks good.
Now, what do you think so far, Mr. Woods?
Tell me I brought my favorite brush. I brought my favorite brush. Where's my favorite brush? I have a new brush I really. Okay, that's not my Van Gogh quote. It's a good point, but it's not my Van Gogh quote. I'm not quoting that.
Didn't want you to.
Oh, there's my favorite brush. It's tiny. I've really come to love these filbert brushes in the last few weeks because you can do so many neat things with them. You can make wide strokes. You can make narrow strokes. I love these brushes. I have mixed up like some really ugly looking muddy colors to do those hills and all that fun stuff in the background. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can get.
See, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get there. If you'll notice, there's a little copse of trees coming out here, and where the river kind of turns around. And yes, we're going to get the factory. Matter of fact, the factory back there in that plant back there, I think it was at DuPont.
Yeah, that or DBA or something, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those.
The factory.
Yeah, it's a industrial thing. That's one reason why I went with the black and white. I thought it kind of made like a stark sort of image. that's why we went with it. I'm wanting to have kind of a almost a gritty sort of edge to it, which I think I've accomplished here. It's actually starting to look better. I thought my reach had exceeded my grasp, but it's not like it. So far. Now, got a little bit of a kind of there's a twig coming up right there, or at least I think there is. I could be wrong. I see there's like a, because I'm kind of almost, it's gonna almost look like a photographic negative when I'm finished with it, I'm afraid. All the shadows are
White be black and black be white.
yeah. Now, we'll see. Then I'm here in the right now, if you will look out there in front of you, is a trash can. Yes, I'm including the trash can. But I think I'm going to make it a shadowy trash can, and then I'll use white lines up here to kind of highlight the little galvanization metal on it. I'm going to try to go up and down with the brush strokes in as much as I can. We'll get a different brush now. Grab some more black paint. And I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes while I got a little bit of a ring coming up right here. There we go. So I want to track the corner of this trash can in this picture. People will say, why? Because there are no bones in ice cream. Which seems about as good an answer to me as any. What do you think, Mike? No bones in ice cream. About as good an answer as you can think of?
Yep, works for me.
Okay. I need to come up here along the top and flatten this out. So that would go. Restart it and you'll be fine.
Done.
Now, there's the big smokestack. Now we get off into the background. Over this hill. I'm going to have to do a little more trees and stuff here. So I'm going to come over here, grab a little bit more of this and kind of come up here with it and do this again. Because I'm going to kind of.
That is way too purple.
There's a word for you. Myra, have you ever heard of anything being too purpley?
I have to see this for myself.
I'm sorry, that color is way too purpley.
I love it.
That's a nice color, but it's not what I want.
I didn't say it was what you wanted. I just said it was pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice color, but I can't use it out there anywhere.
Never heard of such a thing.
On the other hand, who knows what I might do. See what it looks like now. If you want to see what a color looks like and you see it looks like a dark mess right now, just put a little white with it and you'll see what you got.
Ooh.
You mean like how
Ooh,
paint
I
was
love that.
originally made from mummy parts, and when they put a little white to it, it actually sort of turned into a lovely shade of mauve?
Oh, I love that. That's pretty.
You know what? I am going to use that, I think. What the heck? Nope, don't need this brush for that. It's not a bad color. It's not a bad color. It's not the color that's out there, but hey, this is my representation. I can decide what color I want things.
Well, why not? I mean, I'm turning mine into some sort of industrial nightmare.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to a fan brush and I'm gonna try something. I don't know what I'm gonna get yet, but I'm gonna try something even if it's wrong.
Teddy Roosevelt once said that the NA...
Oh God, yeah, this is wrong. There's so many levels.
You mean like naked mole rats wrong?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Like a misspelled tattoo.
Yeah, you could say that.
Get better. No idea what that is.
This canvas may end up getting destroyed.
By what?
The person behind the paintbrush. Old adage in painting, if you don't like something, you paint over it. So, I made a painting pick over at least parts of this. I said we were going to try to do this This hot mess is going to take some doing. How to recover from a big faux pas. Your next lesson. Start going back to the source. Maybe if I put enough Russian blue and white, I can start trying to get rid of some of the worst of that. I made that way too big.
Alright, we actually have the smokestack in place now. As I said, I'm gonna mess with the shading just a hair. That big smokestack that you can see out there on the inside, I'm not getting the whole plant itself into the shot, but where you see dark, there's going to be light here. This is going to either be absolute genius or the world's most depressing painting, and I will leave that up to you, dear viewer. What do you think? Over here.
Add Prussian blue. I've actually ended up with something that's not as bad as it was 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna step back about 20 or 30. You know what? You get back over here, that actually ain't half bad. It ain't half good, but it ain't half bad either. It needs something.
Well, it's better than a finger.
Yeah, or a pencil if you have to be watching, and if you're watching The Dark Knight, then you're not listening to me anyway if you're watching The Dark Knight. I was going to mention a pencil in the eye, but if you're watching The Dark Knight, you're not watching us, so...
Pencil away.
managed to hide our error. But something has got to be done right there, and I know what's going to be done there. So I'm going to have a big tree right in the middle of that.
I may actually, I don't really have any clouds to
As soon
add
as
in
I-
this picture. There doesn't seem to be a cloud in the sky today.
Yeah, my sky is way too dark. I need more white paint.
Your sky's too dark? That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, it is just way too dark for a bright day. It's driving me.
Merely watching me paint for a few minutes reminds you why I'm a sculptor. Correct.
Speaking of sculptures, you had a decent showing at the county fair. Kids Mad had a decent showing at the
I
county
still got to
fair.
do a video on that. I haven't,
And
yeah.
even yours truly had a decent
Yep.
showing at the county fair.
And next year we're going to do even better.
Next year we're going for the purple.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to be the ones that cover it because the newspaper, nothing
Yeah.
against the Camden Chronicle, but the newspaper covered everything but the arts and crafts part
Yeah.
of the fair.
There was not enough coverage for that.
What coverage? No coverage.
Well,
I looked at the paper, believe me, I thought they were going to have some coverage of what all happened. They were more worried about the Grease Pig contest. There's nothing wrong with the Grease Pig contest, but
only if you have enough barbecue sauce.
some of us are too old to be chasing greased pigs. And some of us just got no desire to chase a greased pig unless we're going to put it on a barbecue. And then I'm hopefully just going to go down to the store and buy one, and so I don't have to chase. That's about the only chasing I'll have to do is chase down a store that's got a nice pig I can use.
Yeah. And the pig will grease itself once you start heating it up.
Oh yeah, marinate that thing with a little liquid smoke, pop it in the oven. Let her set overnight about 325.
Speaking of fall pie, I've got this flying saucer I've got this flying saucer over here that popped up because I used too much black right here, and I've got this black.
I thought we were paying whatever that thing's story. What's that story of John Lewis Stevenson?
Oh, the Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, thank you. Yes, I lost it. Alright, I've got my sky lightened up. Now then, I still like my original idea. I'm going to see if I can clean my brush out before I start playing. So I'm going to wander back over to the trash can, shake my brush out, and do all that fun stuff. But I definitely don't want to do this with paint on my brush.
Meanwhile, I think I'm almost to where I want it. What do you think? It's a bit on the dreary side. I'm either a genius or I've painted the world's most depressing painting. I'll leave that up to the
Viewing audience.
Yeah.
Okay, that feels like a clean brush. Yep. Bill Alexander. Whoa! Get back up there, Bill.
I may jump off my pallet for one thing. Really wish I had a needle brush because there's these little tiny power lines off in the distance that I really cannot get with any of my brushes.
Uh-oh. That brush wasn't as clean and dry as I thought.
Alright, I
But
guess
you know what?
we're going to go back to this. Back to the pen brush. I got to paint some little tiny bills in the back there.
Now I've got it looking a little more misty back there. That's better. Might actually be on to something. I got my purple water. I'm gonna be fucking with purple water the rest of the day. Purple Rain. And I'm sorry, audience, it's not my favorite Prince song at all. I know a lot of y'all will think that's sacrilege, but I'm sorry, the man did not have a voice for ballads. Now his upbeat stuff I love, but I just don't think he had the voice to pull off a ballad. And that's just my opinion for what it's
We got the bare spot in the foreground, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put in there.
I got to try to get some of that purple over here.
Don't see anything in the foreground that I can use. Unless I pick up that barbecue grill and move it way over here. Unfortunately, the ground back here is so dark that the thing would get sucked in.
I have really worked this dang color on this water all day. I have been futzing with this since we started. But you know what? I have faded it out to the point that now it's actually getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seriously had to futz with this water. I wanted it a little darker because it is a little bit darker.
Alright. What do you think, guys, so far?
I like it. That is excellent work.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hard to do with two colors, though. Like I said, it was either going to be absolute genius or the world's most depressing.
I like it. I'm beginning to think I should work in black and white, then I wouldn't have all this problem today.
Well, I don't know. I like using the colors, but sometimes you just gotta have a black and white. Now, I'm gonna break my own rule for one thing, because believe it or not, I'm pretty well done with what I can do. I don't see anything else I can add. Do you?
What are you gonna do?
The only thing I'm gonna use is a little splash of red for a little self-promotion.
Ah. I am going to.
And that is going to go in right here.
I'm going to try a big fat brush, and I'm going to try to put a big fat tree in there. But this thing definitely needs something. I don't need that much life in my work. Thank you. Go away. I absolutely refuse.
More than a little candy red.
So I'm going to take some of this color we just used, and that tree runs.
Alright. I went ahead and signed it because I can't think of anything else to do with it.
I can think of a lot of things to do with this at the moment.
The only other color besides black and white is the signature, which I signed in garish red.
I'm about to sign this in garish.
Machine gun fire?
Yeah, if nothing else. Because I am not happy at all.
Let's see what he's got.
A mess.
That looks good. Shut up.
Let me see what you got here.
I've definitely seen better.
Well,
I've got a red tree. Well, you know what?
We really need to start an artist club around here. Mike, what do you think?
We need to do something around here, encourage some more art around this place. Because just from looking at the fair, there are some people around here that's got some talent.
There's a lot of people that's got it. It's just they need to get us all together, kind of form our own community. Let's see what you got. Oh, that looks good.
I'm not happy at all at the moment, but I need something over here. I don't want to put a tree there. So,
there is a rock over there or
There's
something.
this rock out there in the middle of the water.
I
There.
may use.
You see it kind of sticking out.
Oh, there's one
beyond
over
the
there too.
Yeah.
One over there too.
Yeah, there's one out there.
There's some odds and ends I can use around
Yeah.
throw something in, but I definitely need something on that
If anything
side.
else, make a ship.
This is really
Yep.
not my best work.
I don't know, I like it.
I like it.
It needs something. It needs a
Case in point, the artist is always his own worst critic.
Generally speaking.
case in point. I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Now we're getting the color. Now we're getting this brown. I knew about fussing around with colors long enough by the time to get brown. Couldn't get it mixed right on the palette, but why did I just put that back in there? I know why now. I had what I needed right here.
Let's see what you got here.
Alright, I'll probably finish the tree in the studio. I may have to cheat and throw a brown in there to get that tree to come out right, because I just can't get it mixed the way I want it today.
I know, I actually love it. I think the tree jumping out in the background frames it in nicely on this side.
Yeah, that's why I said I need something on the other side. And it's just going to pull your eye into a whole lot of nothing.
Well, that's the reason I said, see, right, if you look right up there beyond there, you got a rock right in here
Yeah,
that would fit right in the middle.
Yeah, I can throw that in.
And you got whatever that is way out there on the other side. Is that part of a bridge or something out there?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking towards that right now. I may have to add some black in to do that. Yeah, that may be what I end up doing, throwing that bridge in. That'll at least help. I don't know, it needs something.
Yep.
I think you need to work on another canvas. You could do that mini canvas while I'm doing this. While I'm sitting there splutching.
I might do that.
This is why I don't have a 30-minute show on PBS. Because I am making this up as I go along.
Hey, is there anything wrong with that? I do that on the channel all the time. Oh, did I say that out loud?
What do you mean we make up? I thought we made up everything on the channel.
Yeah, we do.
Alright, I'm going to put a little black on the canvas. I was going to try to go without black.
Mike suggested we start on another canvas, so I'm going to go with this.
By the time I get done, and I better, if I don't
tiny
have
canvas.
I just bought a script liner expressly for the purpose of keeping in this box. And you know what? Alright, well.
See, I had to work a lot faster with the,
Alright, well, since I left that at home as usual, I've got to put that in here when I get home and leave it. I keep pulling it out, I keep using it for this box. Because this one just don't get it done.
This one of course is unofficial.
Wait a minute. This might work. If I can get that paint thinned down, and I have got such a hot mess here, I gotta drop some stuff. Oh yeah, this one might work. And I'm gonna really have to be careful on this because I don't have anything to steady my hand. Anybody?
If you'll go, Mike, do you have those on? Do you have the paintings you won with on your Facebook?
Yes, they're on my Facebook. They're on the page where
On the painting page?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I can steady my hand to do this. I'm just gonna have to go for it. The front end of that bolt might just be my salvation.
Now you just get a sniper rifle and take it. Never mind. I was gonna say take out his engine. Yeah, I don't want to say that. I'm just joking, guys. Don't do
This
that.
top is long enough for me to paint the front end of the boat.
I'm just joking, guys.
And this is not. I am not painting straight line crap right now. There is a little bit of wind out here today, but I just do not have the world's steadiest hands. I did not think to bring a maul stick with me today.
Just remember one thing, guys. Whenever I'm on camera or even off camera, you can ask Myra, you can ask Michael here. I'm liable to say just about anything. Don't always take me seriously.
Alright, so I've got the bridge sort of kind of put in there, and now I need something to tap, 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 tap with.
That water is kind of a dark blue today.
I'm gonna tap, 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 tap. Yeah, I am not, this is not one of my favorite paintings. This is not gonna be on my top 10 list of favorite paintings I have done, and there goes my brother. I'm sure Vincent had the same problem. And anybody else painted outdoors anytime across the bridge definitely gonna have to close.
Maybe good that I didn't use my yellow. Yellow paint, for some reason, always gets very, very runny when you're using acrylics.
Anybody ever noticed that, and for me at least, green paint just stains your brushes something awful?
Yep.
Is it just me?
Oh yeah, it does.
Every
this
time
one,
I
yeah.
use green paint, that brush is forever marred with green paint stains.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm not real amused with this, and this may be one that will never get signed. But yeah, all right, that's what needs something. I need white. I think I may have something to at least provide a little bit of interest now.
Yeah. You know, Mike, it doesn't look all that bad.
Well, again, it's just,
The artist is always his own worst critic.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in the Benton County area and you're into art, definitely call us. You know? Don't you think, Mike?
Yep.
It definitely shows the differences in the painting styles.
Well, that helps.
Seeing as this is the back of a canvas and not the front of it, I'm going to go ahead and use it as an impromptu palette, because the back of it's not going to matter.
I've at least come up with something to add a little something to that one corner anyway.
I got a little bit. It's interesting. The blue paint dries too fast, and the yellow paint gets liquidy too fast.
I don't remember what color that boat was, but I'm making it wrong.
Kind of a beigeish.
Well, it's red now.
I like it.
It's a red. It's a red boat now.
I like it.
It needed something to brighten it up besides this purple tree. And I hear our local law enforcement officer probably coming down here to arrest me for making a pretense at art.
Dude, you won like 6 ribbons, dude. I don't think you're pretending.
Well, I'll tell you, this one wouldn't have been one of them.
I saw some of the competition. Believe me, you would have won with that one.
All right. Well, that actually helped it somewhat. It give it some movement besides that bridge that looks like it's about to fall.
Was it designed by the same people that built our courthouse?
There's something wrong with the courthouse. Oh. Now see, here comes a slow-moving boat. I can put a slow-moving boat in there.
Is it going to China? No, it's got an American flag on it.
This is the, you know what?
I still say it looks good, dude.
Well, I still think it needs work. I mean, that purple tree is what is really bothering me, and I will probably fix that at home. But I thought I could get one finished today. I probably should have brought an 8x10 canvas. I think I would have done better with an 8x10 and a tighter composition. But I know there's no clouds in the sky, but I really think, I'm getting to think this might need a cloud or something. Well, while I'm sitting here, I need some more green. I don't have any. I need to clean some brushes. Anybody know what time we started this? Just curiosity, just out of curiosity.
What do we got?
It's 5:30 now, and I really don't remember what time.
I think we got here around 4 o'clock or so.
Well, wait a minute. We left the house a little after 4, so I guess we've been going pretty close to an hour.
How many minutes does this take on each trip?
18.
2 times 18?
36.
About 45 minutes.
Yeah, a little longer than Bob Ross. Yeah, I gotta put something. I gotta tighten up that bridge. I still need some. I gotta work on that water line. I'm just not getting the effect I want. You know what? I just remembered something I could do to possibly fix that. I need to get some chop in this water. That's just all there is to that. Get the purple out of my brush. It's actually down to the red now. These will need some cleaning when I get home. You know, that brush might just come in handy.
Okay. To back.
How'd you do that?
Mm-hmm.
It may have just been a glitch.
Yeah.
I just haven't picked up his gift for that yet.
What?
What I was trying to do.
Yeah. That's alright. This one's not coming together great on this little canvas either. So.
I think I've actually got this mixed too thin.
I think what it is I'm working with a different brush, so I'm going to try to kind of shade this just a hair. It probably made it look worse, but we're going to kind of make it look like a shaded green right here. So you know you got the trees in the background. I've kind of just phased out the factory stuff on this one. Just kind of just goofing around with it now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go back through and blend the heck out of this thing and get some garbage off of it. I've got way too much garbagey junk in here now. How many times can I have happy or unhappy occurrences on one painting? A lot.
Well.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to blend the heck out of this thing again. I got way too much. This will definitely be worked on in the studio at home and tried to make into something more presentable.
Well, I just accidentally made purple too. Don't feel bad.
Purple's a good color, don't get me wrong. It's
Yeah,
just
but when you're
not,
trying to paint a brown rock off in the distance.
well,
True that.
you use fine, it's called a red shift. Actually approaching objects is a red shift. Maybe the rock is coming towards you for some reason. Maybe it's a sentient rock and it's about to attack.
Great, it's that weird thing from Star Trek.
Oh yeah, Mother Horta, yeah. Ah, good. I've got rid of the bulk of that excess of white I had on here.
Mother Horta, that sounds like some sort of evil nun.
Just a nice rock creature that was trying to protect its eggs.
Yeah, well, there's nothing like your friendly neighborhood rock creature.
Yeah, I could use one. There's a lot of times I could use one.
We could all use our friendly neighborhood rock creature.
Oh, goody, I got more purple. How do I, well, I guess if I kept my colors, actually, I like that color. That's nice and subtle. I like that. I've got a mixture of titanium white, liquid white, and somehow I've gotten some of that purple color in here, and now I've got a very nice looking purple that I'm going to use. he said a little roll of paint that was like Java paint. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try it this way. You know what? I'm not even gonna try it that way. I'm gonna try it this way. Ooh, that is a nice. I like that color. I'm gonna mix that color up a little bit more. I'm gonna use it. Oh, that's how I'm picking it up. I'm getting down here where I had it. I was texting. That's how I got that color. Alright, I'm gonna use it. I mixed it, I'm gonna use it.
So an actual happy accident this time?
Yeah, well, maybe not. More of a, I thought it was a catastrophe, but I actually kind of like the color, so I might as well use it since I've mixed it. I can always blend it out and make it more subtle.
Yeah. So, are you going to tell us a little about the Zorn palette today?
I'm certainly not using it, that's for sure. Anders Zorn was a I want to say he was from Sweden. I can't remember.
I think that's where you said he was from.
I believe he was a Swedish artist. Does some great portraits. And using portraits, he used a very limited palette of vermilion, yellow ochre, ivory black, white, and white and black. Yeah, that was it. So, and that's not to say that's the only colors he used, but those were primarily his colors of choice. And you can actually get a nice array of colors just from using those four, and I have done so. I still have trouble trying to get the bluish tone from the mixing the black with the white. Maybe I just haven't quite, something I just haven't figured out yet that he was doing that I haven't done yet, but I'm going to keep working with it. I use his colors exclusively now when I am painting portraits, at least for the flesh tones. Now when it comes to doing the backgrounds, clothes, I will switch and use different colors. I'm experimenting now. I'm about to reach deep.
Experimentation is how you find things out.
Now I've got to look that Van Gogh quote up I was talking about earlier about if we had no guts to, or no desire to experiment. Pardon me, I'm gonna get on Facebook for a minute. I'm sorry, people, but I have got to get this quote. I've been wanting to get this quote in all day. I posted several Van Gogh quotes, and if you go on my Pinterest page, I have a whole page of a whole section that's nothing but Van Gogh quotes. Meatloaf video.
Making one or the singer? Or the singer making a meatloaf?
Ah, it's on Pinterest. Now I gotta go to Pinterest. Sorry. I thought I posted that on Facebook, but I posted it on Pinterest and not Facebook for some unknown reason. Alright, now I gotta look through all these Van Gogh quotes I posted last night. Ooh, that's a good one. Normality is a paved road that's comfortable to walk on, but no flowers grow on it.
Alright. Well, a train wreck of a tiny painting. I've seen worse, but that is a train wreck.
What would life be if we have no courage to attempt anything?
Hey, Mike, a train wreck of a painting.
I don't know. That actually beats the heck out of this hot mess I've got going on.
Oh, let's see what you got.
Well,
Because interestingly enough, I think we kind of went with a similar angle on this one.
Actually, I think it's improved slightly.
Oh, I like the boat. The boat's a nice touch. Ooh, I like the trail on it too.
Yeah, it actually provides an interest. It kind of draws the eye into the...
Dude, that's very good.
It the boat kind of helps draw the eye into the painting. But
you have to wonder where he's headed.
That bridge needs to be worked on. The tree, I'm definitely not happy with. I'm gonna go back over that in some brown sometime. Or I'm gonna sit down and remix these same colors and get a decent brown.
Okay, I was just thinking about something you was talking about with your bridge. Have you thought about using the your knife blade there to make the straight edge on it? I think that's what's bothering you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it looks like it's about to fall down at any moment. I can always paint, because using this liquid white, this thing is going to stay wet for a while. I could probably sit here and start blending on that and completely destroy any evidence that bridge was ever there and redo it in straight. If I didn't think to bring my maul stick, I could have steadied it a little bit, but
That's why I said you could always use that to do it.
I think though it sort of gives an indication of where this painting was intending to go. I'm just not really pleased with the execution at this time, but who knows, maybe we can fix some of that by adding some happy leaves to the tree. We'll add some happy.
It's a nice day out here.
Yeah, it's a good day to paint, that's for sure. A little bit windy,
But it kind of gives the water character.
I can add some leaves to the tree. That helps it.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like there's. I mean, what's bothering you with the tree?
Basically, the color of it. I'm just not. I don't know. I may end up leaving it purple, and I don't know.
I kind of like it
I think I've got an idea of what.
because it doesn't look purple to me.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It just looks like it's definitely got a red shift to it.
It just looks like a tree to me. Looks good.
I think what it needs is just. I think I know what it needs. I think I know how I can help this poor tree. This poor little tree. It just needs a little. I think it's like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. It just needs a little love.
Yeah.
So
That looks good.
We're going to try to give this tree some love.
Yeah.
I don't know what colors I'm going to use. I'm going to give this tree some love. I don't know what colors. I think we'll all right, we're going to mix some more mud and see what kind of color that is.
See, I mean,
That's a nice blue.
then you look out here.
I've definitely got a red shift in my spectrum somewhere. I'm just going to mix a bunch of colors and we're going to see what in the heck we come up with. I'm going to mix a little bit of everything on this palette and we're going to come up with a color that's probably never been seen before on this planet. It may be such a weird color your eyes won't even detect it. We're going to go for an ultraviolet shift on this color. Now, let's see what we can do with it. Oh, spread it out. Little roll of paint on the end of the knife. Ha! I'm getting good at getting that little roll of paint. It's just using that little roll of paint. I think that actually helps.
Yeah.
I got too much of it there. But the thing is, I can scrape some of it off. And then
Get a bird's eye view of what you're doing here.
I'm trying to figure out. That's all right. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here.
Actually, that works well. See if I can show you what we're doing. I'm trying to keep the sun out of the eyes.
That's the problem with being a left-handed person in a right-handed world. You tend to get right in everybody's way when you're...
No, it's not that. I'm trying to get the best angle here to get the sun out of the picture. Let me come around. I got an idea. I'm going to use my own body as a shade so that maybe I can get a...
That actually, that actually did help. And now if I had a clean, dry brush, but I'm going to use this mud on this brush and see what happens when we pull that down.
The directional brush strokes help. I can see that here.
Try to make it a little rounder looking. Yeah, that actually did help some. I think I like that better.
That looks good.
That actually is better. Yeah, I actually kind of like that.
Are you going to put any of the industrial stuff in the picture?
Nah, I think I'll leave it out this time. I actually left it out last time too, come to think of it, didn't I?
Now,
A little paint thinner.
Unless you're trying to paint a stark industrial wasteland, it really doesn't help.
I mean, it's there, but fortunately, my view, the only thing that's in it from here, unless I look that way, is the bridge, and I don't mind the bridge. Ooh, it's a little darker than
I'm gonna stop this thing for just a second. I was seeing if I could edit out some of that blue tinge that you were getting. I got it. All right, guys, we kind of got rid of that blue tinge we were having. The sun's kind of setting a little bit, so it's changing the color of everything. It was kind of giving everything a bit of a
actually looks a little better now. I'm actually
now we can get it.
I'm actually a little more satisfied with it, but it does need some. It's going to need some fine tuning, and we are running low on time and memory, I'm assuming.
Well, I just restarted it. We got 18 more minutes.
No, we got 18 more minutes.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to. That'd probably take me 18 minutes to figure out where I'm going with this, but
I think it looks good.
I think we can at least call it a good sketch. It's a sketch.
Yep.
I think that top left corner needs something. I may end
up here.
Yeah, top left corner.
Well, you know, you could put a cloud there, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking it needs a cloud. It needs something. I know there's no clouds out, but I think a happy cloud wouldn't go amiss right there.
Which I guess is better than putting a pterodactyl.
I'm thinking on that one.
Told you, I'm liable to say anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking on it. That pterodactyl's beginning to appeal to me. I got this nasty looking color in this brush. We're gonna
kind of put a dark cloud on the horizon.
I'm gonna at least see what this does.
Actually, that kind of works. Kind of got a hint of a storm cloud off in the horizon.
Now, I really need to clean this brush before I do this, but I'm doing it anyway.
You know it works.
It helps, yeah, it definitely helps. Too bad I didn't bring another big brush. I brought another big brush. But, and while we are not, again, getting paid by the good people that make the Bob Ross products,
but we could be. Hey,
yes,
guys,
yes, we could always,
call us.
We do like money, and we do need money around here. I do really like these products. These brushes are some of the best I have ever used. And I know I've only been doing this about a year, but I've got a lot of different kinds of brushes, and I really do enjoy these brushes. When it comes to painting, I mean, they have a great feel to them, and I need more white.
You know, I think this has been a really good video. We'll have to do this one again.
We'll have to get let's see, we got Da Vinci, we got Van Gogh. Now we gotta get Paul's Gauguin in here to do some work.
Maybe even Grandma Moses.
Okay, that's even better than that, yeah. We'll make that the bottom of the cloud, and we'll add some happy little fluffy white stuff in here. And this is why you always see Bob Ross with big honking lumps of paint on his palette, because painting wet on wet like this, you definitely need some big honking.
You know, he always uses like these giant house painting brushes.
Yeah, the 2-inch brush. Well, that's why you paint like that's why when you look at his palette is like this big. And I do have a Bill Alexander palette, which is what he started with, which is about the same size. But that's why it looks like they've got a tube of paint of each color on the can, because you need a lot of color when you're painting with this wet on wet.
I like the way you did the mist in the background too.
I may have to let this dry a little while before I can actually get this cloud the way I want it, but at least it gives something.
I don't know. I like it.
It's a little too regular, but These are little wispy stuff. Let's see if I can pull something here.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, there. That at least.
That looks good, actually.
That actually fills up that empty space.
Well, and not only that, but you're kind of getting a three-dimensional thing. If you look right in here, it looks like the cloud's got some actual body to it.
See if I don't have enough paint on.
Hey, you got a hint of a cloud. I can see it.
I'm gonna put a little more paint on the brush, and I'm gonna try. What is that big glob there? I hope I don't get that on there. That's gonna make a mess. I'm gonna try to do this without getting that big.
If you do, you'll have to paint a pterodactyl.
That gives it a few more little wispy-looking clouds.
Yeah.
The advantage of stepping back every once in a while, you can see where you're. Yeah, you know, it actually does look better now, but I do see a big problem right here.
What's that?
Where I was doing some scraping and pulling some stuff down, I've kind of
That's just kind of a square
got that
spot.
square. Yeah, I got that. But you know what? I'm gonna try to fill that in here in just a minute, and then we're gonna call this one done, except for going back and improving the bridge. See if I can get most of this color out of this.
Yeah. So he's got the.
I had a big glob of some dark paint on there, and I definitely don't need that right here. Let's see if I can pull this out. Oh, great, I'll put more in. I'll do what I did before. I'll pick up some color. I've still got way too much thinner on my brush. I'm actually pulling stuff off. All right.
Okay.
When in doubt, grab a big fat dry brush and try to find you some little paint.
And go in with a little wisp of like the pink or the purplish pink like you had before.
Yeah, if I can pull this, I think if I can pull a little of that white down there into it, that'll cover that up fairly nicely.
And I think I'm seeing some sunlight coming through the thing. Actually, that blended well.
Yeah, I can still see that dang spot though.
What spot? You mean this little squarish thing?
Yeah.
That's the sunlight coming through.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. You can see it coming
You
through.
mean I've been sitting there playing? Oh. Well, isn't that a kick in the head? I've been sitting there playing with a spot that I would never get out. I'd have to paint the back of the canvas. But actually, I like it since I put that dark in there.
It does work.
Yeah, I'll just blend it on across a little bit and makes it look like there's something behind us casting a shadow out there.
Yeah.
Try to get a little hint of it on this side.
Or maybe like a deeper place in the water.
I put jaws in there getting ready to attack the boat. Talking about pterodactyls earlier.
They put a mosasaur, a sea monster.
Yeah, that would work.
Or even for Kid Matt, a wombat.
It's odd not having her with us today. Or
Well, she decided to go with Nana.
Well, you know, Grandma's always fun, so I think we're.
And it worked.
Not a bird in the sky either, so I'm not going to mess with any birds today.
I don't know, I kind of like it.
I'm not going to mess with any birds, but I'm not going to sign it yet either because I'm still going to do some fine tuning in some areas, like again the bridge. And I've got some stuff that still needs to be blended some, like right here. I think that's still a little bit. And there. And I could keep on blending. I could blend all that right out of it.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna leave it there. And
Well, should we get a shot comparing the two? I mean, he's got me licked on this one.
I'm not gonna say that. Now comes the fun part, palette cleaning time. This is not my favorite part of the show.
Which is sort of akin to weasel stomping day.
problem be a little more active than this. This is just flat out boring. That is a nice purple color though.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get out of the light down here so you can see this one. I'm trying to get a clean shot of it.
You may have to move out of the...
Hang on. Alright. I'm trying to get, I turned down the light a little bit on it. But there's the, so he's got a really good painting and I have a really dreary one, so.
I don't know, I still like that. I would put that in a little bitty frame and hang it somewhere.
I might do that. Or build a frame for it.
Well, either way, as long as it gets put in a itty bitty frame.
Yeah.
That's the point. Put it in a itty bitty frame. And I'm gonna try to get some of these brushes and palettes. Crap. Whew.
All
It's in my back pocket. Never mind, I found it.
All right.
Whew, I'm glad I looked down.
Fine. Oh, that would have been bad.
I forgot I left that. That's one of my...
All right. Final comparison.
A nasty...
He did a good job.
That's a nasty looking palette, though.
You did a good job on that.
Oh, it's a palette.
I don't know. I kind of like it. There'd be people that buy it and put it in a frame,
Well, yeah, I've seen what Van Gogh's palette looks like, and it's...
and people would probably pay for Van Gogh's palette.
What do you expect? I just scraped a bunch of paint off. I've made more mud. Some interesting colors, though.
Yeah.
And now here they go. This thing is stained. Never, I think I said this in an earlier video, but never, ever, ever, ever leave your colors on your palette for more than a few hours or a day. Especially if you're working with earth tones, your ochres and burnt umber, burnt sienna, and that kind of stuff. Because if you do, they dry very, very quickly. Especially depending on the type of paint you buy. There are some brands, and I'm kind of switching to this brand, Lucas, which dries very quickly within like a few days.
Is that the butter stuff that you're talking about?
Well, they make paint too. It's actually supposed to be the same brand that Van Gogh used, just under a different name now. And it is really good paint, and it does dry fairly quickly. But even the other brands, the earth tones, they do dry very quickly. Or at least it's been my experience. And this palette here, the first time I used it, I left the paint on there for a couple of days before I painted the second time. And when I wipe all this junk off in a moment, you'll see what, I think I've showed you this before, but you will see where it has, right here, you can see where it has left stains on the palette.
And does that affect your paintings if they get stained up?
Not really. It just adds character to the palette. But I mean, this thing started out that color when I started, and now it's got a nice patina on it. Yeah. I just don't like them blobs of color. Now the Alexander palette I use at home, which I lucked into quite by accident on eBay, it's developing a nice patina now, but it doesn't have the big globs where I left paint on it overnight or for 2 or 3 days or whatever, because now I've got to the point I wipe it down every time I finish painting.
Yeah. So would you recommend a wooden palette or a plastic palette to new painters?
I've never really used plastic, and I don't think plastic is a good idea anyway. Well, people do use them. I've used paper palettes, and I like the paper.
I mean, for acrylic, it does all right for itself. But
I mean, using acrylic, a lot of people will use plastic on acrylic, but for oil, I don't think I would use it because it's going to stain something fierce.
Yeah, and be even harder to clean than the wood.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at it. Now that we got the sun behind a tree.
Yeah, now I've got a big dark spot I got. Oh, I said I like the dark spot looks darker now.
That looks good, actually. It looks like maybe there's like a deeper spot in the water right there. I like it. So, guys, this is how it should be done. This, not so much.
I still like that one.
It's stark.
Well, nothing wrong with that. Look at the scream. I mean, that's a pretty stark painting. It's just got a lot of color in it.
Yeah. Edvard Munch.
It's actually one of my favorites. Somebody suggested I try my hand at it, doing an interpretation of it, and I may take her up on that at some point.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Right now, I'm actually working on one for somebody, so I'm gonna actually make a happy few bucks on one.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody has anything they want done, please don't hesitate to visit my Facebook, Patreon, Pinterest pages. Oh, Twitter page. Most of them are under Artistic Impressions by Michael, or you can find them under Michael Woods. And most of them will have, I think I have my self-portrait as the profile picture on most of them. One of them I actually have I think on Instagram, it's actually a picture of a stamp I put, a seal I put on the back of my paintings, which says Artistic Impressions by Michael. So.
Okay. And don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. Like I said, any donations to Patreon would be appreciated.
Yeah.
And you know, with we're here with Michael Woods, and from
buy the man a
Artistic.
pockets coat. Come on.
Yeah. So, you know, if you like these videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Definitely hit the share button. We get more views that way. And hope you guys enjoy these. Let us know what you think. And for Artistic Impressions, and this is Dr. Von Mad
from Eva Beach in West by God, Tennessee.
We will see you cats, one and all, on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and... Hey, Mike.
Bye.
Bye.